Hi, my name is Vikas Arora. I am the Director for Traditional Businesses in Google Cloud India. We are here to talk about the Gen AI Exchange Hackathon, a partnership with Startup India and METI, where millions of developers participated to solve some billion-dollar challenges. I'm privileged to be joined today by CEO of Croma, Shibashish Roy, who's going to be talking to me about his experiences with the hackathon.
Thank you, Vikas. I'm Shibashish Roy. I am the CEO of Croma, India's leading electronics omnichannel retailer. We are part of the Tata Group and have been privileged to serve India's electronics needs for the last 2 decades.
Could you, for the developers especially, paint a picture of the competitive complexities involved in running a multi-brand electronics and appliance retailer today? And what are the biggest pain points you face?
One of the biggest challenges that you face is of constantly changing consumer demand. When they come to your website, they are coming as a very informed audience. So the purpose with which a retailer had started, any retailer in India had started operations in electronics, which was about educating the customer, now has to change and they have to engage in a dialogue with the customer. That is one of the biggest areas of change that we are seeing. The second big change that we are seeing is consumers need to get it fast, get it early. They appreciate the need to touch and feel. One of the things that they want is they want to get it now, they want to get it latest by next day. And with quick commerce coming in, I think expectations are only changing.
The problem statement in this hackathon spoke about the omnichannel nature of the retail that adds complexity. Any examples you wanted to share on how it impacts, especially when you're dealing with high value and bulky, consumer electronics items like you mentioned?
To specifically touch upon some of the examples on where omnichannel is adding complexity. So, for example, if you go to our website today, you will be able to see a listing of many SKUs, many TV stock keeping units as we call it. And there is a certain TV model that you think you like. Now, when you come to the store, in a store, we only have limited space to display products. So how do we engage with the consumers in such a scenario where we are able to assure them that even though the product is not on display, there is a similar product which we can demo to them? How do we assure them that when we will deliver to them, it will be the same product that they have seen? One simple example where you understand how things are becoming complicated. But the other piece, which is also becoming an opportunity, to be very honest, is when we go into some of the smaller towns, because of this nature that Croma is an omnichannel retailer where we not only can sell what we have displayed in the store, but we can literally ship any item that we have with us to your homes from the store itself. That helps us bring a range to the consumer which is unimaginable. And that is, while it is a supply chain complexity, but it also helps us serve our consumers much, much better.
In your experience, what have been the biggest pain points that customers currently face, in their journeys? And, how can technology streamline some of these processes to make those pain points, a little lesser?
Today, when the consumers shop with Croma, the biggest challenge that we as a retailer, as a third-party retailer or a multi-brand retailer as we are called, face is we deal with multiple ecosystems. Now with the whole technology play which is there, and we have invested significantly in that, it is very easy. What we have already tackled is the signals flowing all over the place seamlessly. That piece is tackled well. But where we see a lot of potential with Gen AI and some of the newer technologies coming in is to make sense of these signals. Because while getting the signals is fine, how do we make sense of these signals and then help the consumer by telling them where is your product, when is it coming, is it on time, do we see a likelihood of it getting delayed? So a lot of these amazing experiences can now be powered by technology.
Absolutely, Shibashish. And, At Google Cloud, we've been privileged to have been partnering with you on some of the technology initiatives ourselves. Now, since we mentioned about the hackathon, and I know a lot of new innovative solutions came out of this hackathon, any ideas that really stood out for you as a potential game changer when you looked at those?
So one of the teams came up with a very beautiful solution where they were able to use a lot of external data to figure out what is it that we should range, what brands we should range, how, should we open a store here, what is the competitive score, how do we use a lot of external data to decide whether the consumer will buy, what the consumer will buy, how much they will buy. So whole purchase behavior and whether I should open a store here was brought together. Now this is a very big, it may sound very simple, but it's a really big deal for a retailer.
In your vision, what role will technology play, especially now with Gen AI, in the future of electronics retail?
So how do we get that journey perfect? That's where technology will play a huge role. I think the biggest thing the Google Gen AI technologies will do is to democratize technology. It will democratize innovation. And for us as a retailer, as the electronics industry, this is a very big deal. But as long as you understand the problem well, as long as you have the curiosity to understand about technology, I don't see a reason why some of the smart store managers can't develop their own modules to serve their area. So that's what is the magic of technology. The Google Cloud platform, the whole Gen AI platform that you have created, the whole piece which makes it so easy to focus on the problem and not on the complexity of the coding, not of the complexity of the engineering behind it. And that, I think, is the magic of the Google Cloud platform.
Shibashish, thank you so much for your participation in this podcast. It was just wonderful talking to you. On behalf of Google Cloud, thank you so much again.
Thank you, Vikas. It was a pleasure to be here. Look forward to doing some great work together with Google Cloud.